Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but I am back for all intents and purposes. And today is going to be a special segment that's a part of my Diary of a Happy Black Woman series, I guess, where I talk about being single, my solo chronicles. So today I am going to talk about 5 reasons why I love being single. Okay, 5 reasons. I'm just gonna buzz through them really quick so you get a little preview. So you can shamelessly focus on yourself. You can you have your own bed space. The glow up. I love the glow up. We're going to talk about that. Less emotional baggage that you have to carry, and then dating in your glow. So those are the 5 things I'm going to talk about today. Before we jump into it, great. Before we jump into it, I just wanted to give a quick introduction if you don't know who I am. Alexandria Ashcroft. I am a romance and erotic fiction author, and I actually write my best fiction, I feel like, when I'm single. I don't know what that means. Will I be single forever or stop writing? No, I mean, I can still write. I feel like I have more energy and time to write. That has nothing to do with anything. You can follow me on all my socials. They're linked in the description below. I do have some published books on Amazon and Radish. I have a story in Radish. On Radish. I don't know why I said it. That was weird. Yeah, I have a story in Radish, and check out my website, sign up for my email list, which I promise I'll be emailing everybody shortly. I know I've been saying that for months, but I'll do that. So that's my introduction. We're going to jump right in to the situation here. And I've said that 3 times, but that's fine. Okay, 5 things why I absolutely love being single. So the first one is, I feel like it's a pretty obvious one. Like, shamelessly being, I don't want to say selfish, but like focusing on yourself without shame or having someone else like vying for your attention, I should say. I feel like this is really important, and I think it's something that really wasn't a deep part of my life until I got into my 30s. So I feel like a lot of things in my 20s and like late teens was like focused outward, focused on friendships, focusing on dating and relationships and family and all these other things. And though those things are important and they're still a valid part of my life, I kind of learned going through my 20s that when you don't take time to focus on yourself and self-care, when time gets tight, you are the first one to get cut out of that energy expenditure. I've recently started something over the last like month, maybe month and a half, where my morning routine consists of like 10 to 15 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes, I should say. Sometimes it's like really short depending on the day. But I always make sure to spend the first few minutes of my day focused on me. And usually that consists of things I'm grateful for. So I start the day. The first thing that comes out of my mouth is gratitude. I say the word gratitude, and then I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes I'm tired and the mornings are a little lazy and things get repeated, but I really try to be conscious about the things that I speak that day that I'm grateful for, and it just gives me an opportunity to reflect on where I am. And I'm always striving for goals. I'm always pushing for more and to do better, but it's always nice to kind of and to start your day off being grateful for where you are, what you have, and that's just really how I like to spend my day, the beginning part of my day. And then another part of that is stretching. So like physically loosening up my body. I hold so much tension like in my shoulders and my neck. So doing some stretches right away, it also helps me to wake up. And I drink a glass of water and I read a scripture from a Bible. So I touch on kind of like the physical, the spiritual, and then what I would consider like your mental state. So gratitude is your mental state, spiritual, and then physical, what stretching and drinking water. And listen, okay, the last month and a half has been awesome. Like setting the tone for your day is awesome. And my whole hope, I guess, and wish and prayer for this whole journey, I guess, is to make these bits and pieces travel over into my life as I go through life, and into relationships and other family dynamics and relationship dynamics, that I'm always taking this in. By starting your day this way, there's no way that you don't have time for it. You have time to be grateful. You have time to nurture your spirit. You have time to at least drink one glass of water for the day. You know, some days are crazy, you know. But anyway, you get to shamelessly focus on yourself. So that's what I've been doing. And taking the time to figure that out, right? Like sometimes we just don't have the time, or we don't allocate the time to figure out like a morning routine, a self-care routine, something like that. Something that I also incorporated into my budget every month now is a massage, because listen, when you're busy, when you're working, when you're being a mom or a daughter or a student or a parent or whatever you have going on in your life, you need to figure out what you need to fill your cup. So for me, it's my morning routine. It's getting a massage every month, something that I can look forward to. I also get waxes, and that's like a time for me to relax. It actually stresses me out, but it's a time that I get to like do something for me. So I encourage you, even if you are in a relationship, to take time out for yourself every day, preferably in the beginning of the day, and not save it to the end of the day. Some people do it at the end of the day, and that's fine as long as you're ritualistic about it. But I feel like when you do it, you start the day that way, you can never run out of time. You never don't have time to do it. So do that. The second point, which I'm just, I think I don't remember. So I have notes. Blah, blah, blah. The glow up. I might have said that backwards in the beginning, but whatever. The glow up is the second thing we're going to talk about. So this is something, I feel like it's a phenomena. I feel like it's a phenomena that happens. It's kind of like after, and it's usually easier to see with someone else, like being the third person looking at someone else. But basically when it happens is typically like after a breakup, like after the ugly stage of the breakup, when like it's tears, then like all the mourning, after all of the mourning of the relationship. And listen, girl, okay, she comes back fire. She gets her gym membership. She starts going to the gym. She starts dressing cute again, wearing her heels, doing her makeup, got her hair done, nails done, everything did. Okay, that is the glow up. Like when you kind of rise out of the ashes of the end of a relationship and you pull yourself out and you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And you just start upgrade you all day. I love that. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's one of my favorite parts about being single in general, because I mean, let's just be honest. When you're single, at least women in general, we generalizing this, we kind of always have a window cracked open for a potential relationship. We're always kind of, even if we're not actively looking for a partner, we still kind of have the window cracked open just in case, you know, they come along. So I feel like when we do our glow up, we're like, listen, we are back on the market now. We are beautiful. We are talented. We have so many things to offer, and we are coming all the way out. Part of like the things that help with the glow up to me personally is like self-improvement too. So I mentioned a lot of like physical things, you know, going to the gym, makeup, hair, all that kind of stuff, physical things. But also a part of the glow up is like the energy you put out. So it's bettering yourself, growing you, whether it's spiritual growth, probably a little bit of all of these things, but spiritual growth, growing your mind, growing a skill or something like that, doing things that you love, being with people that you love, just like owning your time, your energy. And this makes you more attractive to people in general, just not just potential partners, but people. Like, people want to be around you because you are living your best life. Like, do you want to hang out with somebody who's living their worst life, who's a Debbie Downer, who's always complaining about things? Probably not. Even though you might have a friend like that, or you might be the friend like that, you don't really want to be there. So glow. So I encourage you, if you are in a relationship, to carry that glow up mentality into your relationship. Like, I get it. You know, you want to be buns up, watching Netflix, chilling, eating popcorn, coming home, kicking your shoes off, talking to your love. I get it. I get that you get into a routine and you kind of fall off the wagon in a way. But this is kind of an encouragement and a kick in the bum to wear those heels, shave those legs, get that wax, whatever, like glow. You know, better yourself. Find something fun that you want to do. You always wanted to write a book or something, then write your book, you know, whatever it is, grow yourself. And that's also going to make you more attractive to your partner too. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, we get bored, you know, but if you're like evolving, you know what I'm saying, then, it's going to be interesting because it'll be like, they think they know you. And then you got to shake it up and keep them guessing. You know what I'm saying? So yes. The third thing we're going to talk about, I think, is bed space. Listen. Okay. When I'm a cuddle bug at heart, I am. But I like when it's time for me to sleep, like when it's time to count the sheep, when it's time for the wolf to chase the sheep, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be cuddled. I don't want to be hugged up on. I just want to turn over and like get that good Z. I don't want you snoring on me, breathing on me, farting under the blankets, all that kind of stuff. No, okay? So when you're single, you don't have to deal with all that. All you have to deal with is your own shenanigans that you bring to bed, okay? You don't have to worry about, well, some people wake themselves up snoring, but you don't have to worry about someone else snoring. You don't have to worry about someone else climbing into bed all late and making noise or whatever. Like, someone disturbing your sleep, you don't have to deal with that. Or the most disgusting thing, and I hope you don't do this, is farting under the blankets. That is disgusting. And nobody should do that, okay? I'm just saying it's nasty and you just shouldn't do it. I don't care if you're unconscious. I don't care. Don't do it. And if your partner does that, I'm sorry. I tried to tell them, but whatever. All right, so that was a short one. The fourth one is less emotional baggage. So when you are by yourself, you don't have to deal with someone else's career problems or issues with their parents or their friends or whatever. You're by yourself. You don't have to deal with that additional emotional baggage that a partner or someone else would bring into your life. And I feel like that opens up a lot of emotional energy that we have to, because listen, being emotionally drained is like physically demanding. Like, it physically makes you tired. It burns your time. It burns the energy that you have to do the things that you actually enjoy doing, especially like when you work a full-time job and you come home and you're tired from dealing with your coworkers all day, and then you have to deal with your partner complaining about the job that they've been at like for 10 years. It's like, get another job or stop complaining about it. That's not why we're here. We're not talking about that right now. But the point is that you only have your emotional baggage or energy to deal with, which could be some place that you need to work on. You know what I'm saying? And this is the space. Like, being single is a space to work on yourself. And I know you might have heard that before, but like, seriously, people don't do it. Like, people are so quick to get back out in the market and find somebody else's life to, okay, that they don't take the time. I'm doing the most of this video, but they don't take the time to like reflect on themselves and like evaluate the relationship. They kind of just want to forget about it. Like, yes, it's painful, but you should really review it and go over the things that you enjoyed about the relationship, the things that you did not like about the relationship, the things that you liked about who you were in the relationship, like the parts of your personality that were brought out of you in the relationship, things that were positive and challenging about that you want to take forward and that you do not want to take forward. And really kind of working through those difficult moments, and not just your most recent relationship, but the previous one too, and any other adult relationships that you had, and kind of like roll them forward and evaluate them. Don't be afraid to dig a little deeper in those scenarios and figure out how you can grow from those moments. Because sometimes when we ignore them, we don't give ourselves an opportunity to grow from them, and we repeat them. We date the same F-boy. We date the same, with the same issues. It's creepy. It's creepy when you like think about it and you go back and you're like, ooh. If we don't evaluate, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to improve. And that's kind of with anything, not just relationships, but with anything in general. But I feel like we don't really address it in relationships, which we totally should. So deal with your own emotional baggage. Take an opportunity to look back on past relationships, things that you enjoyed about those relationships. Like, there are definitely things about my exes that I'm like, yes, like, we did that, he did that, whatever. And then there are definitely things, which is why we're not together, that I was just like, ooh, I don't like how I was in that relationship. I don't like the energy that our relationship pulled out of me. I don't like that I wasn't where I wanted to be, or that I made this type of decision, whatever the case may be. It's good to cringe a little bit on that, so that when you get into your next relationship, it's better. And even if it doesn't work out and they become an ex, you can evaluate and hopefully get better and better and better until you, if this is what you want, are able to like settle down with one person. And then you're bringing the best parts of yourself too. You're bringing a better you to the table when you've done the work on yourself. And then the last point, I mean, I have notes, but my phone's just doing what it wants, you know. Dating in your glow. The reason why I had this one last and not right after the glow up one is because really dating in your glow should happen after you do all of the other things. You work on yourself, you do your glow up, you make your improvements, you work on your emotional baggage, emotional things, you evaluate your previous relationships. And then that should moving forward, when you're when you're evaluating your past relationships, you should be like, okay, this right here is a no-go, because that'll help you edit your potential partners so that you're not wasting your time. Listen, okay, time is really the only currency we have. Time is our currency, and we use our time to get currency, like money, right? And then we use money to buy stuff, whether they're need-based or want-based. Time still is at the root of all of it, though people might want you to believe that money is, but it's not. Time is the only currency that we have, and wasting time is you don't have to do that, okay? Just be a little bit more intellectual when it comes to your hearts. Okay. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, dating in your glow up. So Once you've done all this work on yourself, this is the best part. Then when you're ready, you get to go back out into the dating world. And you're coming with a different energy because you did all of this work on yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And now you're coming to the table with the kind of like, you're glowing, right? Because you're living your best. You're glowing. And then you're also, because you're glowing and because you've spent time by yourself, you're not afraid to be by yourself. I feel like some people, especially people that are hot from relationship to relationship, are afraid to be by themselves. Or people that stay in really horrible relationships, or even just like boring relationships. Like it doesn't have to even be anything crazy. It could simply be a boring relationship. People will stay in a boring relationship because they're afraid to hear the silence. Don't be afraid to hear the silence. Because if you're not afraid, okay, or I should say, if you are afraid, people can smell it. They can smell your fear. They can smell your desperation. And then they know that they don't have to step to you 100% because you're going to take 50%. Okay? Because you're desperate. Because you don't want to be alone. And you're willing to take anybody and everything and anything. So I say, when you're in your glow, you have this inner confidence, and you aren't just going to accept anything. You're not going to just accept anybody because you're not afraid of being by yourself. So when you're dating in your glow, right, I say this. This is probably a whole nother video, but in general, I feel like ladies, we give our heart, our emotions, we start planning for the future, all sorts of stuff way too early. We give our partners, our potentials, we give our potentials way too much power and emotional control over us. So I'm encouraging you to lean all the way back, okay? Let them come to you. Let them show you who they are. And then you get to decide whether or not you want them, okay? They don't decide if they want you. You decide if you want them. That is the difference of dating in your glow from just dating out of desperation, okay? And let me tell you, once you do this and you have this confidence, you have this energy, you're going to be attractive. You are going to attract people in general, friendships, romances, whatever. You're going to attract people. You're going to be attractive. And I'm going to do a video on why. Why do I attract F-boys? Why do I attract ugly people? Why do I attract, like, all these kinds of questions? Like, why am I not attracting the partner that I want? And just a little kind of sneak peek at that video. It's not, okay, if you're attractive, you're going to attract magnets. And it's not about the magnets that come to you. It's about the magnets that you allow to stay, okay? And remember, unless you're like dating multiple people, which do you, boo? That's it's not my thing. I don't care if you do or not. But if you're not and you're only looking for one person and you always have somebody taking up that position, then there's no space for the person that you actually want. So being scrutinizing, saying no thank you to the people that you don't want, who don't meet the criteria, who are just like your exes, no. You say no to those people. You say no to those people, and it leaves the space open for someone you actually want to be with to come in. And I liken this to a parking lot. This is so weird. Okay. So your world is a parking lot, right? This is so strange. But the point is that there are things taking up spaces in your parking lot. There are vehicles taking up spaces in your parking lot, right? Whether that's a job, a family, friends, travel, whatever it is that you do in your life, those things are taking up spots in your life. And a potential partner, there's a space for them, right? There's a space. And if you're single, it's an open space. It's an open space for your partner. And people are going to be cruising up into that spot. Now, if they don't have the right clearance to stay in that spot, you have to kick them out of that spot. Get them out of that spot so that the person that you want to be in that spot, the person that has the clearance that meets the criteria to park in that space, can park in that space, okay? If you are always bunned up with the wrong person, you're never going to be the right person. Okay, so those are the 5 things that I love about being single. Quick to recap, and hope I can remember them. Self-care, so shamelessly focusing on yourself. Glow up from past relationship into a beautiful, glowing version of yourself. Having your own Gerstern bed space, less emotional baggage to deal with, and dating in your glow. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I have plans to film more of these solo chronicle type stories. I've been single probably for the last year and a half-ish maybe, and man, have I learned so much, and it's been great to be with me. Be with me. I love me, and I love spending time with myself. So let me know in the comments below if you are single and how you're faring. Are you enjoying the experience? Do you dread being single? If you do, why? If you enjoy being single, or even if you don't, if there's areas in your life that you want to improve on, let's talk about them in the comments below. If you are in a relationship, but you're wanting to get better and better yourself and better connect with yourself, let me know in the comments below. Thanks again, and I will talk to you later. Bye.